Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to LoreCrimes, where today we had a little bit of a rack in our brains thinking about what could we talk about that'd be interesting, because we're doing some videos, some streams about, what ifs in the settings of Warhammer Fantasy and 40k. And I think you came up with this one, Hal. What are we talking about today?
Actually, I think it came from your mind, Andy.
Oh, maybe it was me.
We had a little
Bring your
brain
bone.
session with some topics. And speaking like any true LoreCrimes enjoyer, we thought of unbearable suffering and pain. Today we should discuss in Warhammer lore who's getting rammed in a different way. Sorry, I came out. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Who is having the worst time?
It's the Chipmunks meme where who's suffering the most, if you know what I mean.
Real ones who has it the worst. As always, guys, with we're on offline stuff, Spotify, all those other platforms. You want to see us there. If you want to catch the live episodes where you still have the funny people's donations, where you guys roast us about our hairlines, appreciate that. It makes us all laugh. Obviously, if you join our Discord, you can still see the episodes just there. Still on YouTube. They just have the link is on the Discord, so come check out our Discord. People hang out there quite a lot, and it's a good time. Other than that,
fun memes.
Yeah, we're not. Hopefully, you're not suffering listening to us. But today, we want to talk about who's really having a shit time. Who is? We're gonna start with fantasy though, because it is obviously. I say 40k is probably worse, but let's just say people in fantasy are still. It's not the best place. Sometimes it's not the best place to live. We can certainly start with the humans, though. Between the human factions, Colin, we have to ask you as the resident fantasy expert. Suffering. Who do you get immediately drawn to when you hear suffering?
I mean, if we're talking factions, anyone who lives in Kislev is just probably not. It's not great. It's really not great up there.
Do you want to explain it for the reason if someone is maybe just a 40k enjoyer, they don't know?
Yeah. So imagine, you live miserably cold, like middle of Siberia. That is like a nice. So wow, damn, that was a good spell. Good job, me, from like 3 years ago. Anyway, no. It's like miserably cold conditions, like -50, and that's a warm summer's day for you. So that's already rough, food pretty scarce a lot of the time. It just kind of sucks in that regard. And then you're on the doorstep to hell. You are who chaos goes through to get to everyone else every single time. Like there's one city, it's fallen like 10 times. They just keep rebuilding it, and then it gets smashed. Shout out to Prague. It's not the real life Prague. It is just spelled, called Prague, yes.
Also the food.
I was going to say, on the even not mundane stuff, like what's your diet? It's like, oh, anything that I have to thaw out. Oh, great.
Beets. There's a lot of beets.
Hey, beetroot is a foundational ingredient in many lovely Slavic things. Shout out to Mash. That is the best soup. Absolute best soup ever.
Hal beets is really.
It stains every single piece of clothing ever eaten, but it is the best thing ever. They also die, don't they? They just die.
Yeah, because like massive chaos invasion. They also have a place called Troll Country, technically part of theirs, which is like where 80% of the horribly mutated chaos animals on the planet live. Every now and again, they migrate across Kislev, and it's just like, all right, that's just something I got to fucking deal with today. Ain't that great?
Is the Empire, if you would speak of the Empire of Man, though, where's the worst region? Like, who's having it the worst in the Empire?
Stirland.
I knew he was going to say Stirland.
But not Ostermark? Ostermark's near the north, right?
Stirland, there's at least one town where the adults encourage children to throw shit on travelers because it wards off evil spirits.
Stirlanders suffer because they are Stirlanders.
Yeah,
they have to suffer.
I mean, it's deserved suffering. Like it's their own like little hole they've dug themselves. But
would you rather be in Kislev or Stirland, though?
Oh, dude, Kislev. At least Kislev City is pretty nice. There's Erengrad. There's it's like trade. Sometimes elves go there. It's pretty nice. Stirland.
All right.
What do I do there? I breed with my sister.
Kislev or like Britonia.
What?
Kislev or like any of Bretonia's places? Because
I mean, the average Bretonian peasant is infinite, endless peasantry shit lifestyle. That's pretty miserable. Yeah, it's warmer there though. I will give it that. The climate's pretty nice.
It's a simple life.
Unless you live next to Athel Lauren, and then the Wood Elves every now and again just rampage through your house for fun.
I think surely I would have thought Ostermark, because that's the northeast, isn't it? And that one is
that's
pretty.
Let me double
That
check.
one is like the one where
that is
everyone hates it because it's just like a backwater, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that one is also a backwater, and it's right on Kislev's doorstep. So when Chaos is done bulldozing through Kislev, they usually like, "Hey, how you doing down there? Let me come say hi." They're also right by Sylvania too, so vampire. I mean, they're not quite right on top of it, but they're close. They're close.
Do you think equally what's worse than Ostermark or Nordland, because they have a pretty hard time?
I mean, Nordland's not bad, right? It's just like the flooding in of chaos,
Norse raiders,
Norscan ships every now and again, usually being at least like once a week. Let's be frank.
It's a lot of fish as well. Like it's the Kislev diet, but more Norse raiding.
Yeah, but I like fish. Like I don't say that's a downside. Kislev or St. Louis, I don't like this. Like the city, rated.
Hello.
Not St. Louis, as in St. Louis, the city, right?
Well, if you mean the city of St. Louis, that's in Missouri. It's Louis.
I heard Spooky Kabuki was sending hate onto that. Shout out to him.
I know I've got a friend who lives in St. Louis. I don't really know anything else beyond it. It sure is St. Louis.
It sure is a city.
St. Louis.
I think that the average human is probably suffering quite a lot in. It just seems like terrible in Kislev. I think Grand Cathay, from what we know, is all right. It's okay.
They know how to read.
They got a big wall.
I do got a big wall. There's a whole lot of demon, a whole lot of chaos on the other side of that wall too. It's not great.
Technically, the humans who live in Norska are humans, so that's a pretty. What's the average life there?
Like I don't know, stereotypically like Viking pagan. Fight each other for the dark gods, go and get their blessings. Every now and again, someone walks up north into literal hell. Usually they don't come back, but if they come back, they're a chaos warrior. That's a dub.
That's cool.
No healthcare, damn.
Well, I mean, you can pray to Nurgle.
True.
I just can't believe, if the one I always think was, even if you lived in somewhere like Nuln, the issue is you can have a nice city in the Empire, and then suddenly there's a creature called Thanquol. And that will
very true.
Your city and come out. You have rats come out of your sewers, and then it gets kind of worse because just south of it there's Blackfire Pass, and then occasionally an orc tide will flood through that, and you have to stop it. Otherwise, it's just kind of, you know what I mean, like the cat's out the bag sort of feature. So. The Empire's not that great.
Is it fair to say the worst profession in any human civilization because of the Skaven is sanitation / sewer systems, etc.? They
call them
check that out.
It's the rat catchers. They go down and they patrol. On paper for rats, in practice, bigger man-sized thinking rats. It's pretty shit job.
I had a thought, which was I think the worst place for a human to live is probably Sylvania. Maybe,
unless the vampires really like you.
It's definitely up there. Overall, they usually don't really like you, though. There are not many vampires like that. Most of them are assholes.
Yeah,
Vlad isn't that bad, to be fair. He was an okay leader, wasn't he? They didn't mind him, but
Vlad was better than the previous ruling human, which we love Vlad.
It says a lot about the other guy.
That says more about the other guy than what it says about Vlad. I'm gonna be real.
There have been good vampire.
There's been some
good vampires though, like the one who got a place in the Empire. I don't know anything past that. That he lived a little bit too long and they got suspicious or something. I know that he was cool.
That was Vlad. Pretty sure
that was Vlad. I feel like
he was
just some random guy.
He was the Elector Count of Sylvania for a while.
Well, no, I think there was one like in the actual Empire.
Oh,
I might
like
be
another
tripping
guy.
now.
Another guy.
Yeah, I know. Vlad's the goat man. I don't know what the average life of a human being in Sylvania is. Probably really scared, and your life could be taken at any second. I don't know.
They're superstitious. They're especially poverty-stricken, even by Empire peasant standards. The dead just walk around sometimes, even if there's no vampire doing it. Just so much black magic. Sometimes his grandma just gets out of the grave and goes for a nibble.
Are there supposed to be lots of, maybe not lots of, are there supposed to be a decent chunk of humans in vampire armies, realistically?
There's a small contingent. You get a small contingent.
You can have the Sylvanian crossbowmen, but like,
and the riflemen, yeah.
I guess that's all you would need to use humans for, really.
Reloading.
Ranged warfare, basically.
What if you need a snack mid battle?
Yeah, that too.
That's the enemy.
Hungry.
Yeah.
The equivalent of a
Also
Hershey
the
bar.
enemy, yeah.
Your life as a like Sylvanian crossbow guy, that might not be terrible. I don't know. Might get
I think
fed.
I'd probably still argue like Kislev is probably the worst for humans in the southern cities, like the mercenary estates. They're pretty fine. They're all right. Other than there's the occasional rat problem. But I would say
problem.
Yeah, or green skin problem, but like all the other factions face that as well, really. The next one I was thinking of, which I was like, sorry?
I would say anyone who lives near a forest, by the way. This is just like a universal every faction, because they're like 80% beastmen by volume of creatures in there.
Mm-hmm.
Midland has a reputation, doesn't it? The Dragonwall.
I love Kazrak One Eye.
He's so pointless, though. He's so pointless.
He's the goat. He's a hero in his house.
I mean, like, he's no less more pointless than the Beastmen.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will.
Dreadnought crying in the background right now, for real.
Well, that's 40k Beastmen who are somehow even more impotent than fantasy Beastmen.
He's on the cover of one book once.
Speaking of
the back.
Speaking of non-human suffering, though, elves. And I think there's only one thing that really takes the cake. Just the worst thing about being a human is probably being a human slave in the Dark Elves faction. Like,
you'd also skip over Felix, whose life is suffering and
then more
suffering.
Human characters.
Yeah, but like from what I understand, from what you said, he gets laid occasionally. It's not all bad.
Yeah, dude, that ain't worth going on a black art. Well, I mean, hang on. I'm remembering my.
He made it out. It's fine.
He did. He's been to hell.
It's Max Schreiber who was caught, by the way, and then like
no spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Getting laid every now and again is not worth what Felix goes through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor guy.
No, false.
I was gonna say definitely like the Dark Elves, they have it bad. Like it's just
yeah.
Do you want to give a little rundown of Dark Elf Society, Colin? Because I think we recently did a fancy fireside on that. So if you want more,
they live in Warhammer Fantasy Canada, but because it's Warhammer Fantasy, it's miserable and awful, and it's just Canada.
Yeah.
Funny commentary for me only, but no,
I can't even deny it. I got nothing.
And they pay high taxes too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nagaroth super blows. It's it's fucking miserable up there. It's also just as cold as Kislev. It's also connected to chaos portals, like just through the land directly. They also have something in Nagaroth called the Altar of Ultimate Darkness. That's the building next door to some people. Mm-hmm. It is about as nice to live there as it sounds. If you're a Dark Elf noble, it might not be too bad because you're rich and powerful, but you're will also
paranoid.
Yeah, but I was going to say you will also be at risk of constant assassination attempts, which you can do in turn, but like that's nothing else. That's just going to get stressful after a few days. Like, can we just bring it down to one?
The least suffering is probably like Dark Elf general guy. You just get to go fight wars away from Nagaroth.
They're probably that are like a Black Ark commander.
Yeah.
Because like they need slaves.
There's still an inherent problem though, which is that all elves in fantasy, as far as I'm aware, they are still being glucked by Slanesh, right?
Yeah,
Not
but
as
it's
much
not
as
like
it
an
is.
inherent pull like it is in 40k. Like Slanesh just kind of likes elf souls, but they don't die, and it's just like and Slanesh.
Dark elves even get along with Slanesh in fantasy sometimes.
Yeah,
I
some of
think.
them do.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's something that has happened.
Older editions, it definitely was, and some newer stuff has actually kind of gone a little bit back. Although newer stuff means Marathi spreads Slanesh corruption and total war.
Yeah.
Which hey, this is kind of it's still the official property. It is going back to it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them like Slanesh, yeah, that's also true. And
who's Marathi's arch nemesis? Hell
herself.
No, the other lady,
the crone lady.
Oh yeah, Hellebrand.
Hellebrand. Living in that city seems like it is. Oh
no, that city is actually every week, but one out of the year is actually crime.
Yeah, true.
No crime there at all.
They have the purge.
yeah. It's
you have the literal purge.
Well, yeah, but then there's that week, and then it's.
Yeah, they're true. That's actually probably the least suffering in.
Yeah,
the Dark Elf world.
I mean, unless you're a slave, but that's just kind of.
Is that Hargarond? Is that Harganeth? Harganeth.
I think it's Harganeth.
I like the idea that GW is like it is called the Purge, but because of copyright, it's spelled PERGE.
Well, it's called Death Night, although it's a week long in Harganeth. But it is just the Purge. Yeah, crime is all legal for a day.
This is Death Night. This is Death Night. Death Night. Death Night.
Everyone
seems to
fucking nuts.
As you say, fucking blow. Because even if you have 51 great weeks, there's 1 week which will be the worst week imaginable.
Just check your calendar.
Just dig
and
a
you're
hole.
Not allowed to
go on a
holiday.
vacation.
That's a good point. Are you allowed to leave? You have to go away for the week.
Maybe. Or dig a Minecraft dirt hole in your house and
build the 1x2 dirt hole right down below and block it off.
Yeah. No problem, mate. No problem. I choose that over any other Dark Elf city.
Yeah.
Okay. The High Elves have it bad as well, I'd argue, because they keep getting attacked by the bloody Dark Elves.
Yeah, that's true. But your average High Elf probably has a pretty good life. Probably it's the best life in fantasy, don't they?
Average, they're doing
maybe
pretty
like
all
a
right.
random lizard
On
one.
average, they're doing pretty all right. Now, certain individual High Elves, Eltharion, bro.
Why is he so miserable?
Well, because he got poisoned by Dark Elves, and then a fat goblin killed his dad, killed his cousin, burned down his house, almost ended the world. And then he looked beyond the realm of chaos into the truth of all things, and then came back out alive. And that doesn't leave a person very happy.
Yeah,
I think that leaves some mental scarring.
Yeah.
Would you say Argy Malekith has also suffered quite greatly?
Oh yeah,
because he's
roast crisp bacon stuck in his armor for
how much are we countering in self-inflicted? Sorry, that's part of that's on you.
Very true.
So.
Technically, it's still suffering though. It just doesn't mean some of it might be he kind of deserves it.
I don't know. It's just if you slam your nuts in a door frame several times, I don't think you can blame the guy who fitted the door or the guy who made the hinges or
it's
people opening the door. It's get your nuts out. What are you doing? Handle. Yeah, this is a very specific place to put them. I've never done this once in my life. Are you trying to do this?
Teclis is also pretty fucking. His life's pretty miserable.
Because he got his brother killed. So
no, he didn't.
Well, his brother Tyrion died, didn't he?
Well, I mean, in the end times when he.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the end times, man.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That was Tyrion taking. Well, I guess Tyrion kind of got dealt a pretty shit hand. I'm not gonna lie, but he pulled the sword of Cain. He did that.
And his daughter died, and that sucks. And his wife married his arch nemesis. Or his girlfriend.
That is pretty miserable. Tyrion's life up to that wasn't too bad.
And then he's blind now, so.
Well, yeah.
He lost.
He's a god now, if we're going that far ahead in that kind of balance.
Yeah. So, yeah, fair enough.
Nah, dude. Born with magical tuberculosis, sickly and frail because of it. Walking is a chore if he hasn't had his potion. The elves don't like him that much. He's that weird fucking sickly kid, Tyrion's brother. But they can't, they don't make fun of him to his face, because if you do that, Tyrion beats the ever-loving hell out of you. But he's it's not a great life. He also is just like the whipping boy.
I got sidetracked, Colin. If you were in Warhammer Fantasy and you still had diabetes, but we also added Crohn's, but you could shoot lightning out your nipples, is that a worthwhile trade? How does the scale of like powers to disability work?
Can it be my hands, please?
No, you have to do that. So it like you pretend it coming out.
Oh, he's like pretending.
No, it's not. That is so not worth it. Also, it's
someone's going to point out like, yeah, that guy always casts spells from his like hands on his chest. Like,
no, I have to do a certain gesture.
I'd be a human wizard in Warhammer too. So every time I lightning nipple, I'm rolling the chance of the double snake eyes, and I explode. No, I don't want that at all. That's awful. And I get Crohn's.
Would you guys say, as for more factions, how do the orcs have it? Because the life of an orc can be quite a lot of fun.
They're still kind of orcs.
I mean, if you're a
Gretchen,
yeah. So if you're a Gretchen, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, them and like we could probably just do both of them at once. They're pretty comparable between 40k and fantasy. There's an orc,
but
there's less like looting and stuff. But
isn't there also like an element of like the favorite thing of a Gretchen is to get one over their orc overlords and occasionally like if they can poison them or stab them in the back or do a little like cheeky bit of like whimsy, and that's how the height of their like the best thing ever.
Oh well, Gretchen, yeah. Goblins are kind of the same too. I mean, they're a little smarter and actually cared about in fantasy, as opposed to those things that orcs sometimes shoot out of a gun. 40k, but I mean, it's still pretty comparable. The big guy kicks the little guy around to do the grunt work. The orcs lays around, drink, fight until it's time to go beat up half of the empire and then disperse and then.
What am I saying? They're having a great time.
Yeah, man.
They're loving it.
I mean, by human standards, sure, I'm sure it's miserable, but like orc standards are what we're operating on. They're fine. They're doing great.
Because like, can you think of I don't know with fancy, have you ever seen a record of like a sad orc rather than just an angry one that it's not fighting, like a sad, depressed orc, or are they just like I'm annoyed because I haven't been fighting for a while? That's not quite the same as having a bad time in the same way.
I mean, orcs like squigs. If their pet squig dies, they'll probably privately be. You can't be sad in public, then the boys aren't going to take you seriously no more. But they'll have a sad like off in the corner.
Sad off in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, but other than that, they're still orcs. They like fighting. They like winning.
They ain't suffering really. They want to suffer.
Look at Wurzag. That guy's having so much fucking fun at all times of the day. He's dancing around. The Bigfoot steps on people he doesn't like sometimes. He's chilling.
The guy's having a good time. But before we get any further, we should maybe address some of the donations. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Do you want to start us off then, Hal, with the first one from Donkey Man?
Oh, classic, man. Thanks every time.
Thank you, Donkey Man.
Thank you, Donkey Man USA, for $20. Damn, man. Stream late due to me playing the new Halo with Halo Legends Next skin whilst blasting Diary of Jane on my walkie radio on full blast.
Nice.
Also, Hal goons to Ariman. Thanks.
Yes, he does.
Hey, don't put Tiger Balm on your sack while you're playing Halo. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That was a bad
Me and
idea.
Colin have played through it. I think it's pretty good.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
But, there's obviously some criticisms, and it is a remake, but also I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter users.
Yeah.
My chat has reasonable discussions and criticisms and positives about the game. I open Twitter. You can't submerge yourself in the coolant on the keys level for the 0.5 seconds you're in that area. The game sucks. I'm like, you need to go outside or accept you're not 12 anymore, Halo fans.
Yeah. I don't like the slight delay in switching weapons, but that
is fucking with me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
and the new levels I don't think are fun on Legendary because that's what I started doing and I hated it. And then I played through the campaign on Legendary. I'm like, this is better. This is much better because it was fairer. But yes. This one for you, Eli?
Point for orcs.
Angry Homunculus, thank you for the 2. Would you kindly read the question of the
Kindly.
week?
We will. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Don't you worry.
Benadryl.
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 The fans.
The fans.
As in the fans are suffering. That's what that means, Andy.
Oh, all right. Yeah, never mind.
Andy should dress as Venom Snake just to suffer. I actually dressed as Venom Snake once for my birthday. I'll see if I can find a picture and send it in the Discord. So join the Discord. You'll see a picture of me with a Metal Gear Solid 5 cake. There you go. I'll look at that now.
How?
That is an Eli coded question, though.
Darth Waffle 4254, $5. Thank you very much. The answer to the title is me whenever Phil Kelly touches an effing keyboard. I was thinking about this. Bonus shout out the end times. Malekith the Phoenix fraud. Hey,
So
I
true.
thought you were.
So
I thought you were cool. I
So
thought you
true.
were cool, man. The rightful Phoenix King.
Mixed answers.
Blood right.
I may be cringe, but you're also mean. That was Eli there.
Good to see you again, Dank Apostle. It's been a little while.
Thank you.
35 Czar, : there's nothing wrong with peeling wood glue from your hands. What the fuck?
Yeah, I forget the full bit I did, but I accused people of not liking something I liked in a video of being like incest babies who like peeling glue off their hands and eating it or something like that. I don't remember. There was something that just got crawled up my butthole when I was writing that.
PVA glue is edible.
Don't.
That's not true. I'm lying. Don't click that. Document USA for $5. I live in Missouri. St. Louis is indeed a shithole. Glass it. Wow.
Good to know.
From Shark Boromir, I found it really enlightening when Colin said, "I love miners," then citing his comment on that pointless hub video. Also, happy birthday, Colin. Wow.
Hey, you forgot that I also signed it Diddytron.
Do you guys know that you can also find LoreCrimes videos on the hub if you were in the mood?
Miners.
That's not true.
That is not true, by the way. Oh, I think this is me.
The Devil's Rebellion.
Are you guys okay?
Oh no! Wait, no. Yeah, it does start with your name. Never mind. My bad.
Hal, Cathay does suck to live in. There are Tzeentch cults everywhere. Hints of mass rebellions against the dragons. Secret police crowmen who will disappear you if you don't toe the no god line. Wow.
Thank you for the $10.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Didn't
know Cathay was so dangerous.
Large one here. Would you like to read this one, Eli?
Sure. Thank you very much, Metric Seal, for $20. It's a lot of money. I'm going off of the Bannerlord Fantasy mod, so I'm going to say the Mootland is the worst place to be because every time at the start of my games, the hobbits are slaughtered by the hands of the vampire counts for some reason. It's because they deserve it. That's why.
Yo.
Wow.
It's because they deserve it. Total halfling death in Warhammer Fantasy and 40k, to be honest. Total halfling death.
Wow.
The fantasy mod for Bannerlord is really good, by the way. Poor halflings.
From Dank Apostle, who's been a member for 8 months. Hey guys, what's happening in the Southlands?
Colin, what is happening in the Southlands?
Colin's preoccupied.
There's lizardmen down there. There's orcs down there. I feel
We
like
get to them yet.
there's definitely something that I'm missing. What am I missing?
Lizardmen probably have it pretty good, I imagine.
I mean,
There's the big lizard dude in the
they're biological.
Araby is there, isn't it? Araby's there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that in the south? I think the Southlands is a bit too south. Araby is like a little bit to the north and west of Nehekara.
Not for where. Name is Chomsky. Answer to this is Colin's pancreas. Huh? Also, shout out to my brothers and sisters in Kislev. We suffer, yet we still prevail.
Nice. He was saying answer to who's suffering the most is Colin's pancreas.
I didn't put that together.
This is the second time, you guys.
Wow.
We try our best.
Rodolfo with the $2. Is Kislev worse than being in Lieutenant Horse Sulla's squad? That's quite mean.
Wow.
She's a very
There's
nice,
a War Master there.
inspired, and also was a War Master. Yes.
Thank you very much. She may be horrendously ugly, but that doesn't mean you have to discount her humanity.
I
As
choose to
tempting as it
believe
is.
Kane is just an asshole. Leave her alone.
It's the fact that he says trots whenever she comes over somewhere. She trots.
She's looking
Not
for
trotting.
truffles.
He is absolutely just being a prick.
And she's in love with him as well. She's actually like hopelessly in love with him.
She just
So
looks
funny.
up to him.
No,
Is that just Kane projecting?
No, Amberly Vale says she's
Okay.
pretty sure she has a crush.
Well,
on
Amberly
Kane.
Vale also ends every time Kane writes about sleeping with someone else angrily, and then the book just abruptly closes. So I think she's just I don't know, territorial.
She can't be with him though. She's an inquisitor, so you know.
She could. She is an inquisitor. That's why.
I was like, she couldn't be with him. Is what I meant.
Yeah, I know. She absolutely could be with him.
Oh, really? Oh well, that's probably never gonna
Who
happen.
the fuck's gonna tell her no?
Fair. I don't think inquisitors get married anyway. Metric steel for $5. My actual lore pick would be a lord on the border princes. Once you get set up there, your life is on a countdown.
Yeah,
No boy.
that's the that's the area of like Warhammer fantasy. It exists to be like that. Hey, it's you make your own homebrew lore faction army area, and it's right by the Badlands where all the orcs live. So it's
I see.
Yeah, it's bad.
Biggest Swiggin, Ducky My Kings. Absolutely awful to live in, but Harganath and Karen Carr is goated. Who suffers most is clearly Beastman, cool lore, but become fodder.
True, life as a beastman.
Yeah, life as a beastman
Not
sucks.
great. Not great at all.
Like I said, before we get any further, we should we'll go back to topic and we'll circle back around on the donors, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much.
You're so generous.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank
You're
you.
the reason LoreCrimes exists, and also we're working on some cool things. So your donations help
your
a
eyes
lot with cool
peeled.
things that we're working on.
Yeah. So for the non-live viewers, we did mention that Beastman sucks. Just being a Beastman kind of just is terrible. The other last ones to talk about in fantasy are the Lizardmen. I don't know if it's that bad. Lizardmen kind of
You live in your natural environment.
occasionally
I don't know
it's
much
bad,
about it.
but that's because of the Skaven, not because being a Lizardman sucks.
they're also like mostly just biological robots. Like they just kind of do their job and then that repeat until they eventually die.
Oh my god, I said the last one. Do you know, I literally forgot the actual number one thing on this list.
Is it the
Skaven.
Skaven? Yeah,
Yeah, the
Skaven.
Skaven.
Was
The
way
Skaven is
out.
100%.
True. Frick.
Like it's bad if they lose, it's bad if they win. Like it's just, you know what I mean? The life of a Skaven is terrible.
What if an Underhive, but worse?
Yeah. Is there any happy Skaven?
Could you
single
describe
happy
the
Skaven?
average life of a Skaven?
Quick
Colin?
head taker. Quick
Well,
head
I mean-
taker's happy, I bet.
Quick head taker's doing all right. Thankful's pretty happy until the in the 30-second mark before he's about to finish a scheme, and then the 25-second mark happens and it goes wrong, and then he's not happy. But then we're so back 10 minutes later, but then it's so over. But then infinity into Age of Sigmar because he's still fucking alive because the Horn Rat will not let him die. It's too funny.
What's the average life of a Skaven, Colin?
Well, there's decent odds. You're born in a litter of a lot. Usually, the other Skaven, pups are eating each other to survive.
Ugh.
Not great. Then when you grow up, I believe adulthood for Skaven is like the ripe old age of 3. They only live, I think they could live longer than 13 years, but I guess as part of the reason they suck, the average life expectancy for a Skaven is 13 years. It is not a peaceful death usually either. Let's see. They're usually incredibly malnourished. They live in the most squalid conditions. A Skaven building collapsing is not a question of if, it is a question of when. And the answer is usually within like a week.
Eat poop.
Eat poop.
Poop.
Whereupon the building will be rebuilt.
Yeah,
on top
Poop was
of
the name
old
of a
one.
friend. His name was Poop.
Oh, you have to eat poop because he's being annoying. or he might stab you in the back, or he has secrets.
Yeah, nonstop backstabbing. It's just nonstop. Doesn't matter what level of government you're at. If you're a random nobody, someone's gonna stab you in the back for food, or like your shiny, almost not rusty knife because it's a thing and he wants it. If you're a merchant, another merchant's gonna stab you in the back for literally cut you out of the business, or a customer's gonna stab you in the front. Or something.
Wow.
If you're an influential, general or something, your underlings want your job, their underlings want their job, all the way down. The Council of 13 probably will get you killed at some point because, if you're being too good of a general, it might be a threat to them power. So, kill you.
The only way to extend your life is by hard drugs as well. Like just hard sniffing.
That is a pretty common one.
Warpstone.
Yeah, we do love some Warpstone cocaine. Which, depending on how diluted it is, it might actually just be cocaine sometimes, or it's also cocaine and magic, or it's just magic. It's Warpstone. It does whatever it feels like doing on a given moment. It's Skaven like it. It's chaos magic. It doesn't need to make sense, and it rarely does. Health and safety. Fuck OSHA. All my homies die at work. Everyone else hates you, justifiably so, but you will have no friends. Awful. It's horrible.
Well, that's a hell of a send off. Is there anything else in fantasy we can think of? Like who? I think Skaven must top it surely for like who has it the worst.
Yeah.
Dwarves
Life as a
pretty
Noblar probably is pretty bad.
As a Noblar, it's not great, but if you can prove you're a good cook, the ogres will defend you with their lives because good eats. Of course, if you're a bad cook, you are going in the pot.
The food. Yeah.
You are the eats.
What about
I
would say
Chaos
dwarves.
Dwarves? Chaos Dwarves use Noblars too,
You
don't they?
skipped over the dwarves.
They don't really. I don't know if they suffer too much though. Like the occasional depressing history thing.
Yeah,
they take it on the chin because they're always drinking.
I mean, they do take it on the chin, but they are pretty frequently like. Dwarfs are not great. Like it is near nonstop battles in some of those holds in like the underway because Skaven are going in from below and then orcs are coming in from above. And then that's been happening for about 5,000 years in the setting.
Dwarfs seem to have it probably the worst, at least conflict-wise, of order factions.
Out of like the good guys,
factions.
There's very few dwarf holds that are like ever at peace. Like they're in like Cadia, maybe not quite Cadia levels of constant war, but like it doesn't stop for them. Like it's not good being a dwarf. Like when it's peaceful, it's not bad. You dig your hole, you mine some gems and some gold, you drink, you do your whatever craft if that's your stick, and then you do it again the next day. Actually, pretty nice. If you don't, but their chances to just hang out and do that don't come very frequently.
Yeah.
The Book of Grudges will never be fulfilled.
That's
It'll
right.
never be clean.
That's right.
Is there anything else we're missing on fantasy? Chaos isn't really I mean, we kind of know, Chaos in general is probably the same in 40k as well. Like, there's a
slightly better, I think, but
not as horrendous, but still bad.
Slightly better because since fantasy has slightly, and I do mean slightly, more emphasis on like the positive traits of the chaos gods, but like it's still the chaos gods. They're still bad. It's not good.
Yeah.
What about
a little more egalitarian?
undead? What about undead like Tomb Kings and those guys? They must be.
Vampire counts.
I mean, they've
Tomb Kings, vampire counts, undead.
I mean, if you're sentient and you're in the vampire counts, you probably have it pretty okay, generally. Like if you're a vampire or a white or something, I don't know. It could be worse.
A vampire, it's not all that bad.
But if you're a Tomb King, do you get the Captain Barbosa thing of just like, I'm always hungry and I have no tissues?
Probably.
Yeah, sometimes the Tomb Kings do have that, like that sudden realization, like Necrons do, where I can't breathe, where's my skin?
I have a tummy upset, said Nagash. I don't know. My tummy.
He doesn't. He's built different. He simply
yummy,
doesn't.
I want a yummy in my tummy. Ooh.
Nah, Tomb Kings can ironically have sometimes more fun than anyone else, though, because they respawn, they're immortal. Quite.
As the
I didn't know they
Dodo
respawn. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah,
Can
no,
you can't kill Tomb Kings.
No, even more reliably than reanimation protocols. They just respawn
Dang.
back in the Hekara.
Dang.
Which is
Did
why
Cetra die for reals though?
He did once, yeah, and then he,
but
as
he came
revenge, burned down half of Norska.
But when Nagash pulled up to Cetra, did he just delete him? Even though we're not talking about end times, but
it was a pretty solid fight for a bit. Cetra was doing wheelies around him in his chariot and holding up to him, and then Nagash was done with that fight. And so
he ate their gods.
Nagash could, in theory, prevent it.
He ate them because he was hungry. He's like, "Oh, my tummy! This will fill it."
But then the Chaos Gods brought Cetra back, and then Cetra said,
What?
"Thanks."
Really?
They were hoping they could tempt him into serving them, but they said the words "serve." So Cetra promptly said,
"Yeah,
what if
Cetra,
fuck off?"
Yeah.
Cetra does not serve breakfast.
Tomb Kings though, like some of them they just spend their whole undead lives hunting because they can.
Yeah, fair.
Why not?
Not bad.
Yeah.
If that's for fantasy, then I don't think we've missed anything. Have
I think
we?
that's more or less fantasy.
I think we have to then.
Sure we missed stuff, but we don't got all day.
We got to breach into. We might not have time for AOS to be fair, but we should breach into 40k because it's time to start with the human factions, human faction, the Imperium of Man. This is a bit of a
pretty rough,
difficult one. It's difficult because fantasy is there's different kingdoms and there's other variations. The Imperium of Man is obviously galactic spanning empire, isn't it? Yeah.
Depends on the planet type.
Should we divide also Imperium and Mechanicus as separate because they are human, but it's such a different faction.
If you're a human working under the Mechanicus, you're on the higher end of suffering.
Oh, dude, very few fucking awful.
If you're lobotomized, can you even feel suffering?
I feel like the suffering there is that you've been lobotomized and turned into a servitor.
The suffering is you can't actually comprehend your suffering while you suffer.
Also, sometimes servitorization doesn't work properly, and you're aware.
Yeah.
There's a Horus Heresy book which mentions in the Webway War, there's a servitor who's a lady, and she remembers being taken away from her husband and children, and she remembers she's a servitor in the while she's fighting demons. It's that's horrifying.
There's two accounts
lovely.
I can think of where characters have their fathers servitorized and they follow them. There's a floating servo skull in the Atlas Infernal book, which is following a rogue trader, and it's called Father. And there's another one which is called Father, who's a walking servitor who's accompanying a medic for the Black Templars, who's a medicae, not an apothecary. It's come, Father. Yes, daughter. And you're oh no, no,
Well.
Daddy got servitorized. No.
But on other ends of the Imperium, your life's pretty good. It's really not that much different than how we live, just with longer work hours.
Most places are the overwhelming majority do live in hive cities though, and that's a real
I've always operated on the assumption that by number of people alive, most of them are hivers and ugh.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what part of the city you live in, but most is the icky part.
That's most planets are not hive worlds, but hive worlds are so densely populated that I've always assumed at least half of mankind in 40k lives on a hive world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If we speak about the average life in 40k, it's kind of you either live and die in the hive or you get what's the word, taken into the military, called for active service into the guard
as an escape.
And that's a lot of the time. Those guardsmen are never really going home. You're never going.
Yeah, but a lot of the time that is just because they get sent somewhere else. That's one of the few times I'll say the Imperium is slightly less shit than that, because most of what the guard is deployed against is rebelling Imperial worlds, and not even related to Tyranids or Chaos.
And it's really not that bad.
And they're wait, you're telling me I get to go on a void ship with a maggot infested mattress. Sign me up.
Yeah, most
it's
people are
worse.
willingly.
It's
Most people are
worse
really
here.
happy to join the guard. Yeah, depends on your
I love
planet
it.
again, but yeah.
But then you encounter Xenos. And
Yeah, if you
Chaos
play, if you
and
have to fight
Tyranids.
against the wrong faction, then it sucks all of a sudden. But a lot of dudes just have to, unlike maybe you're part of the Planetary Defense Force, you just have guard duty.
Yeah.
They are the Imperial Guard after all, so it is a lot of guard and garrison duty. But then the Necrons pull up to your planet and you.
It's like, oh, good.
Yeah,
It's
I feel
over.
like overall, if the average human condition in our lives is like at like a 5 out of 10 or whatever, 40K is probably like a 3.5 or 4 out of 10.
Are we including Canada in that estimation, Eli?
Yeah,
We're going to go 4 out of 10.
Yeah,
I'd probably say like an even 3. But that's just my view of how I've always like pictured how many people percentage wise live in hives, which super ass.
Yeah. Skaven is 0 out of 10. So comparatively, a 3 out of 10 is like pretty good. But it's still
Depends
not,
what level
not
you're
good.
in the
You're not
hive.
really anywhere close to a really enjoyable life, but it's
even
survivable and you get to eat.
Some of the upper hives like still isn't good. Like, when you hit 1% of a hive worlder, you've hit like average like city apartment. That is like the top one. It's like the 0.01% is where it's like, damn, okay, you kind of living nice.
I was rereading the Eisenhorn books, and there's a part where they talk about the world of Thracian Primaris, and it's kind of like an average hive world, and it has to mention the fact, like, because it's a hive world, the atmosphere is just like, it just stinks. The whole world stinks, and even then, like, they had like smog covered clouds, and even in these massive hive cities, they're pretty meh. Like, it's pretty bad.
And the thing is, I think the difference as well, one of the big differences of Fantasy and Warhammer is the people who are like in the upper crust, they live well. Like, even reading the new Word Bearers book, Apostle, it talks about the lower glyphs and the higher glyphs in the clouds, and like it's an ecclesiarchal world, and they're doing fine. The ecclesiarch's having a great time. It's just like all the people in the underhives are like, I just got to keep my head down, and then like a word bearer turns up one day, he's like, do you want to join my flock? And they're like, yeah, right. Like, it's easy. It's like, they say the emperor protects, and he goes, does he really? And that's all the convincing it takes them to be like, yeah, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, it is kind of the easiest way to get someone in the Imperium to join a chaos cult is to tell them to look around for 5 minutes and go, hey, you want to not be here anymore?
Yeah. And then you end up trading it for something even worse somehow. And then the most suffering's probably in chaos and like Gene Stealer cult types. Although I guess if you're a Gene Stealer cultist, life's really good and really good. You have a really great community. You have a great community.
Yeah, Gene Stealer cults. It's funny. Like, one of the signs of a Gene Stealer cult is things start running too well.
Yeah.
Nothing beats a Gene Stealer cult holiday and stuff like that. Like, they're delusionally happy.
When the hive fleet arrives on your world, the post nut clarity is not worth it. Surely, like,
the post nut.
The worst human existence level is probably chaos cultist. I don't think you can get much worse than your average chaos menial.
But there is empowerment in chaos cultists, whereas like drudgery in the Imperium is so grinding. It's like you can work for 70 years in the Administratum, your back breaks, they put a splint in it so you can still stand, so you can work 20 hours a day, eat your slop food, then go to bed for 4 hours before you get up and do it again until you die. Like, at least for the chaos cultists, they're like, want to get an extra limb or some weird shit? Okay.
But you could also end up being...
Want to kill your boss? Okay.
You can also end up being that 20-hour day of work guy on the chaos side of things. And then it's just the same thing, but even worse.
Like, it's even worse.
You get like a flesh rod up your spine instead of a splint or something.
Yeah.
Flesh rod. My God.
You get the Perturabo special all the way up. Like, oh no, I'll never sit down again.
I was actually going to say, ironically, I think if there's like characters, like human characters, the ones when you think of like who actually suffers, it's actually the Space Marines who live too long. It's always the ones who are old. Like I said, like, it's the old men in wars, isn't it, or something? because they've already like been a child soldier who probably had to beat to death the other child soldier to become the soldier, and then but then like they're okay, like they become a space marine. That it's exciting, but like it points out in like the Ragnar books and like even like in Dante's book, like when they get too old, everyone they knew who was like their grouping or their age, or even their masters, or like the younger guys just below them, they're all dead. And then you kind of poor Dante just wants to he wants the rope
Also be
immediately.
dead.
Yeah.
He's
To be
begging
fair,
people
Hal,
to die.
I can think of one thing worse than being an old space marine. Being an old dreadnought. That's worse.
Yeah. That is probably the worst space marine existence. Is John Dreadnought.
All of those plus dementia on
Shout
a
out to that
massive scale.
salamander that was fused to the hull of a ship for 10,000 years since the Horus Heresy. I don't know why I just remember that guy, but yeah, that guy probably was suffering pretty intensely.
The Iron Warrior who gets like buried under the palace in like some mining gear, and he knows he's going to die really slowly for like a few thousand years under the rubble. Like, hooray, space marines!
Yeah.
There's a few. It is a bit sad if you like like being a normal space marine, they're quite excited about it. To be honest, they're like we're serving the Empress, and often like space marine fortress monasteries are nice places in terms of like it's there to relax / unwind.
Some of them are, depending on the chapter.
Yeah, no, the Flesh Terrace is probably not a massive shithole.
I also wanted to give a little shout out to the recent Skitari character in Darktide, because that bit where like they strip off his armor and you see what's underneath. I'm like, did they take his wee woo? Did they cut off his wee? What? And he's got all these plug sockets in. And he's like being dutiful and walking in. And he's got like no limbs left apart from mechanical. Like that can't be fun. I mean, doing your duty and being like indoctrinated into the machine cult is one thing, but also like, where are his eyes? What happened to his mouth?
But they suffer to our perception, but they're loving it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're into it. Obviously, like Eli said, working underneath the Mechanicus, I think of like Tau conveyor belt into Bill Kelly lava volcano. That was hilarious.
That's so stupid, bro.
The Mechanicus, they're enjoying it. You know what I mean? Like they see a toaster and they're like fizzing with nut.
Yeah, but being a Forge World guy, that's where the 20-hour work shift, you sleep under the conveyor belt and then get back. Yeah, that's like the worst. Or you can be a ship crew on the lowest decks of the ship crew. That's really sucks. That's your entire existence too. Like you're enslaved forever, and they just like take people. Usually criminals, I guess, but sometimes, like in the Silent King book, it's just a random dude who has to grease doors for the rest of his life until he goes crazy.
There's also like you can also be born into that job, especially on the ships. Like you're born on that ship. Your dad was the guy who cleaned this specific bolt. You will now clean this specific bolt, and your children will be cleaning that specific bolt.
They reminds me of the in the Night Lords trilogy. Their ship is just full of captured slaves, and it's so like pitch black and dark. So obviously they're Night Lords, so they don't want to have too much lighting. And they have like their own like mini society, but they're like, yeah, by the way, like there are like roaming gangs of murderers, and occasionally we actually have to interact with the Space Marine, terrifying Space Marines because we
eats you in the wrong.
Well, because they literally need to mention like, by the way, there's a demon in the corridor, so you need to go kill it. And not as worse than that is actually being killed by the Astartes, so they they flay you.
I think Emperor's Children cult slave is probably the worst you can serve under for chaos.
But they're enjoying that though.
Yeah, but usually not willingly.
It has a tipping point.
You get captured, and then then you have to go through all of that stuff, and you don't like it very much, unless they give you lots of drugs, and then you'll like it, I guess. But
before we get any further though, there's been a few more of the donations that we'll get to. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you guys.
I saw quite a few happening. I really appreciate it.
So I'll start us off from John Snow 81, 250 joules, laughing disco.
What is gift the membership? Is that what that means? Thank you, Jon Snow.
Thank you.
I see. So Sundown is a Sundown 26.
How tired are you, Colin?
became a YouTube member.
Thank you.
As
I might have played Halo till 8 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, man.
God,
I had a feeling I saw like
Ugh.
Collins finish the game and
Give me some
like,
2016 memes. He looks like he's in the mood to laugh to some old memes. Time for us to colorblind wake.
Thank
I'm
you,
going to
you're an
enter
OG.
you. This may be a threat.
Okay.
You're
Thank
Colin.
you for being
What
a
are
member for a
those?
year. The Goon Cave Collector. That's crazy, man.
Oh, a nice goon cave. Thanks, man. That's what I call my taint.
Thank you for the $2. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Okay. This one's for you as well, Colin.
Thank you for the $10 spooky kabuki. Colin's trying to learn 11th edition next. All hail Magnus the King's and Crimson King. Driving to the shithole now. Godspeeds.
Yeah, Spooky's made Hal and I get good at
Yeah.
Warhammer, so now it's your turn, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glitcher,
Glitcher.
88.39. Thank you for $2.79 Canadian dollars. God bless. Any side character in a Gotrek and Felix book? Yep.
Yeah, they usually those have a very limited life expectancy for the most part.
Mhm.
Daniel Zabochka, there we go,
Thank you.
who's been a member for 38 months.
38
Thank you
months.
very much.
Wow, man. Thank you.
That's a lot.
No,
The guy
the
who
guy
taught
who
Skaven
taught Skaven
ninjutsu.
ninjutsu.
Isn't that
Yeah, I
the
don't-
what?
Master Splinter?
No, they learned
Uh,
it. I mean, they learned in Nippon.
Yeah, they learned it from
They-
the
some-
pseudo-Japanese.
For some reason, they taught
Wow.
Clan Eshin how to be ninjas. Don't know why someone would do
Thirty-
that.
38 months must be like near the inception of LoreCrimes, man. It's like
Close.
I
Who's
mean,
OG? from the
we're-
start.
I want to say we're 4 and a bit years, but yeah, it's a long while. So thank you
Probably.
very much.
If
Thank you
not
very much.
that, but like not long after we first got monetized, and could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Watch It in the Derp. Amazing
Thank you.
name.
Good
For
name.
$4.99. If you could pick any guest that hasn't been on the show yet, who would you pick?
Your mom.
Got him.
Wow.
Got him.
I actually think Moist Critical will be really good.
Could
It's never going to happen, but that would be
not.
just
Probably
because
like
I won't be able to keep it in, and I'd probably say a meme that he hears like 24/7, and he would be like, "These guys are fucking
Be
weird."
like, yeah, I'm never talking to any of these assholes again. Hell,
Yeah.
don't get me fired.
I have no idea.
I would invite Auntie Donna because they did that new Warhammer video on their channel, and none of them had any idea what was going on about anything. And I'm just like, the mayhem would be quite funny, just explaining the lore to them because they do it for like 5-10 minutes before they make the minis, and they're just like baffled. But
I can't think of anything. I just open YouTube to check what's on my front feed, and Caleb Hammer's there. So Caleb Hammer can review our finances on LoreCrimes. That'd be
Wow.
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 Let me open my subscription feed.
Whoever's not.
Oh, we haven't done Luton. Moist was on with Luton.
That's Darva. Dead by Daylight YouTuber.
Oh my gosh.
You star, you
Oh, 17
Odds, please.
silly
Need to
guys.
review my builds.
Simon Jeffy for $5. Mortarian, because Mortarian keeps getting in his way.
True.
He
true,
does.
true.
He is his own worst enemy.
Trying to find my
He
place.
Stinks.
Pepe loves you. 22.77. They for $2. Zach Games is dead again. How could you say this?
Who?
That's just,
Uh,
yeah. I guess
Oh.
well, he's been dead. He's been dead. I'm on War Table Games now. Yeah. Rip Zach Games. We will not forget you, our Chinese brethren. But I'd be on War Table Games nowadays. He's kind of expensive. What are you gonna do? Anyways.
1 year in the Underhive from Frozy, 1 month in Nurgle's garden, or 3 days in Asmongold's room. I'll take a year
Hard
in the
decision.
Underhive.
yeah,
Yeah, let me.
seriously.
Is Asmongold in the room as well?
He's breathing down your neck.
Because then I
mean-
have to
Oh,
hear
gosh.
Those last two things are the same thing.
yeah.
No, but like,
I-
is it just in his room, or is he present in the room? Like, and I have to hear it.
You're there like cleaning his room every day, but you're on camera while
what if
he's
I-
the Amazon.
Catch something.
Well, that's part of the risk.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
gonna-
Still, yeah, still.
I
the
mean,
road
yeah,
No
though.
but
gloves.
dude. Plus, I'd have to be super nice, or the cockroach army will descend upon me.
The Roach Lord.
Go, my roachlings.
Simon Jeffy, thank you very much for the $20.
Thank you again.
Lots of money. Literally anyone who is lowborn on a specific craft in 40k essentially lives a life of wake up, pray, eat, work, pray, sleep. Highly likely not eating due to low rations, punishment from idiot higher ups, etc. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, depending on like the rogue trader in charge of your ship, it can be a real shit life. Like I think the option that gives you like a 5% damage buff in rogue trader in exchange for you don't get food anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Sometimes you just gotta make that decision. Sorry,
gotta
man.
do what you gotta do. Sorry, man. I needed to maybe sometimes kill an enemy ship in one less hit.
There's literally a revolt in the game when you get the blood lady who's like, I'm a cultist. And ooh, but like an assassin, not a cultist, but not an assassin. You know what I mean? A death
Yeah.
cultist.
Dude, that first revolt, I gunned all those protesters down. Stop asking for better things, losers. Fucking idiot.
Simon,
Do you know what
Jeffy
game this
again.
is?
Wow.
Ugh.
Simon Jeffy again. Thank you, man.
Thank
Who
you.
suffers the most? Colin, after being turned into a Drukari poop draw for the sin of asking to sniff the Drukari's feet instead of scenario 5.
No, I wanted to get caught. That's part of it.
What is a poop drawer?
It's the drawer
Is it
they
a
poop in. It seems
It's
pretty
not-
self-explanatory.
No,
sir.
but like,
Yeah,
but it's a
like,
drawer.
we all
So they
have one, right?
store it.
yeah,
Why
dude,
are they
and the
storing
drawer
it?
is my mouth, and I'm hungry.
That's on the internet forever.
I need to
you
go
know.
to bed.
Sometimes, folks, I ask myself, why? Why did I start this podcast with these fine gentlemen? And occasionally,
'Cause you
moments
love
like
us,
this
Andy.
happen. So I
'Cause you
do,
love us.
but sometimes something like that happens, and
You
it all
made
makes
Annie
sense.
disappointed, Colin. This is a
I'm
new
the
low.
scat man.
Get up, up, buddy. Get up, da, da, da.
Oh my god.
We got another
Shall I say
OG
it,
here.
Mm-hmm. Jay Townsend.
Oh, yeah.
Who would like to read?
I read the last one. Our last
I'll
one.
go for it. Jay Townsend, good to see you again, man. 20
Thank
Australian.
you very much.
Greetings, LoreCrimes. I live Aussie law time. Me and a group of mates stupidly decided we would play cowboy poker. Basically playing poker in a bullpen with a bull in it.
Bruh.
There was a limited person, damn dislocated knee. Bro,
Man, your
Jeez,
life
man.
is so
what life
different
do
to
you
ours.
live?
It's
And another
crazy.
one from him.
I like it.
And yes, I am aware how incredibly stupid it is to play cowboy poker with a busted knee. But if you're going to be dumb, be tough. Wow. Words to
So
live
true.
by.
So true.
Now, last one for now.
Darth Waffle, 42.54. Thank you for $2. I am Cabela's strongest fiender. Is
That's some Elder Scrolls.
a calling reference?
an Elder
Kybella
Scroll.
is,
Wait, bring it back.
Cabela,
Kibella.
throwback.
is that?
Oh no, that's the death
Dibella.
cult lady. That's the death cult lady from Rogue Trader.
I see. I still haven't played Rogue Trader. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
of course. I played and I used that character and I forgot her name.
Mm.
Because her name wasn't Argentia, because we love Argentia.
Mhm.
Yes, and back on topic.
Okay, we should. We were
Let's
just talking about random stuff. We
Eldar.
should. Yeah, let's try. Actually
We
get
did the
to
human
factions.
factions. Next one, we did orcs earlier, to be fair. We kind of said they were
The
similar.
orcs are fine. Grot life sucks, but everything else is fine.
Now, Eldar. 40k Eldar is definitely worse than fantasies
Oh,
like elves.
Maybe
I mean,
maybe
like,
normal Eldar. I don't know.
While they're alive, craft worlds are pretty nice to live on.
True.
It's
pretty
just
utopian and whatnot.
then death and instant.
Yeah.
It's
I
As
mean,
a
this-
whole,
The path system's pretty rough too, to be fair, but it could be worse. Your
It
society's
is,
really
like,
nice.
yeah. It's
And
they
if you're
don't-
not if you're not careful, you get like uber depression, like beyond the imagining of any human being could think of.
or
but-
spiraling back into the bad habits that birth Slanesh.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, overall they probably actually have some of the best lives in 40k.
Yeah, no, like
The average Eldar.
It ain't bad.
but as a whole, the race is just, they're dying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they do take sabbaticals. We're just like, I'm going to spend the next 10 years
Yeah.
being a painter.
Yeah.
You can do that? And all the hivers are like, you can do that?
That
I'm
is an
10, I'm in
option.
the mines.
Yeah. I mean, it
There's
could be worse.
asbestos in my drink. Oh,
Like-
you poor human.
Could go
I
be
think
right.
Farseer is probably the most suffering general regular Eldar, I feel like, other than the dead ones.
They
Turn into crystal, I don't know.
Yeah,
Also, seeing the future is probably not actually enjoyable.
No, I mean, especially it's 40K. The future is usually portents of immense doom, and watching what I assume to be high definition visuals of your friends dying, and that like you can prevent it maybe, but like if you don't, that is happening.
Yeah.
So not good.
Yeah, but average Eldar, pretty good. Average Dark Eldar, on the other hand, not great.
They are also enjoying themselves, though.
They are, but most of the time you have to deal with other ones trying to kill you all the time.
Yeah, Kamara is a shithole.
Yeah.
It's mentioned in that Attack Black Hawk book, isn't it? Like when the main female Dark Eldar in the novel, she mentions like her being a child, and they're not like born evil, but like they are slowly like broken.
Yeah, they
by their
beat the good out of
experiences.
you.
Yeah, like even she's a bit repulsed when they hurt someone initially, but then they make it so that they learn to love it. So
And it's worse if you're not a trueborn, because then you have they all have Karens for mums like, don't you know my son is a trueborn? He's pure, and so you get more bullied if you're not a true blood.
These people could all follow the path, by the way. They could all just follow the path and stop, being evil.
Although one thing I did also want to mention is in a book I've read, the Path of the Warrior. It's like it's a whole story about one of the guys who becomes a striking scorpion.
And you read an Eldar book?
I read them all.
Pause.
And he gets like kind of not tricked, but he just kind of gets like lured into becoming a part of the Phoenix Lord's armor, and it kind of subsumes his own identity into the suit and all the spirit stones. I'm like, that's also kind of terrifying that like after he dons it, his like soul itself and personality is just kind of like amalgamed into a gestalt, and he's no longer himself. He's just like, I am this person now.
Yeah,
like,
it
that's
also
kind of horrifying.
It sucks to get stuck in the Infinity Circuit and whatnot as well.
Yeah, it's not a good afterlife. It's at
still
best like numb.
It's better than every Chaos Worshipper's afterlife by infinity times. So
yeah,
unless it's manipulated by a Chaos Sorcerer or eaten by Tyranids, then it sucks worse.
Yeah,
I
would
mean,
you
that
say
kind of turns into a normal Chaos afterlife at that point?
Yeah, it's true. Also, we don't actually know how if Slaanesh consumes your soul, like does she consume them or does she eternally torture them, or is it both? And whatever she feels like, what is the idea?
It's both, but also consuming doesn't get rid of them, at least, because
it
mostly works the same between the settings. In an Age of Sigmar, they were able to punch her in the tummy till she puked up elf souls.
I still don't quite know how the homunculi get around. Oh, you can be taken by Slaanesh, but I get you back, like in a reverse card. I'm like, how?
Just the whole I have your finger thing, so your like soul is still safe is a little bit bad. I don't know. They couldn't think of anything, so they just said that so that Dark Eldar
even like a millennia dead Drukhari Emperor, they bring him back with like a fragment of his body, and they're like, we have to sacrifice a super innocent soul. So they steal an Exodite lady and they like torture her, and they don't kill her, they just torture her a load, and then that's enough torment from an innocent soul to bring him back. I'm like, that seems strange. I don't know.
Yeah, it justifies the Drukhari's existence a little bit more. Mind you, they're still not justified because they don't need to do any of this, but it makes it make more sense if they can actually come back by having a finger cut off.
Biggest Squiggin says you have to revive them in the date. No, if it's like this guy was dead for millennia and then they like brought them back millennia later, but it was just like you have to have a really like bespoke sacrifice to do it. But also like say you can bring demons in with them.
Yeah, like the longer they're dead, the bigger chance there is of like demons happening.
Speaking of maybe that's not a great existence, what's the average experience of Necrons? Because that's kind of not really an experience almost. It's more of a...
I mean, Necron warriors are described as like... It's really hard to... It's like an echo it's like an echo of the person's self, but it's so subsumed by Necrons that they don't know that they're aware, but they also like some part of them does know they're aware at the same time, and it's like you're trapped in this prison forever. I think they flit in between like a tiny little consciousness knowing that it's trapped forever and not knowing. It's not an overly easy concept to grasp.
I actually have an interesting take on this. I think all the Necrons are actually like, hear me out, dead, but as in the Necron tier, they're actually all like Trace in the Infinite is dead. And when they make the Necrons, that's like an imprint. So the actual real one of them is fully dead, and they're not necessarily like beings anymore. They're kind of a copy of what they were. That's why they can't change.
Well, that's like the whole, let's get philosophical. Did you know, I think it's every like 7-8 years, every cell in your body is replaced by new cells. So technically, the person you were 7 or so years ago wasn't actually you. It was a different person on a cellular level. So aren't we all just Necrons in a way?
Well, it's the like
their souls
consciousness. It's the consciousness upload thing where your consciousness doesn't actually get uploaded; it gets copied and replaced, and you just die. But I mean, we don't know. Some of the Necrons have little like flicker soul moments. So,
but I thought they mentioned they don't have souls, though. Isn't that the whole point?
That's the idea. But then, like characters like Xandric and Oberon have moments that imply otherwise.
But then, like Sisters of Silence don't have souls, but they have a mind.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know if that's the thing.
Know.
Like,
what is a soul anyway?
Like, it's a blank though. Blanks don't not have a soul. I think it.
Yeah, I guess.
Like their soul is null, as in like their soul is like an anti-psychic thing rather than a pro-psychic thing.
Yeah,
something weird about that.
Negative
maybe
soul.
Uber negative soul. But
I don't. But the Necrons still have capability to think and do things. Well, I mean the nobility, the high ups.
It literally is a machine, though. Like in a sense of it being. Well, like it's a weird way of doing machines, but it's a machine.
Yeah. Well, like Twice the King type stuff from the actual perspective of an Necron, they have perspective and they have thought and they have consciousness to some kind of degree. It's like arcane. It's like it's not normal technology. You gotta remember, it's like arcane wizardry technology created by the freaking star gods.
It's that weird argument of like, if you would like to torture that thing, are you torturing a thing that experiences it in zeros and ones, or is it a chemical thing going in their brain? And so, is it life? You know, what I mean, are you really suffering?
What's the difference between
simulated suffering
information going into a data bank to a bunch of chemicals going into a meat tissue? It's like it's information of a sort. It's going into a repository that creates inputs and outputs. It's like we're getting into like
this is like
AI.
Asimov
can robots
stuff,
have souls? Do calculators go to heaven, etc.? You know, all that stuff. There's no such thing as silicon heaven. No such thing. Well, where do all the calculators go? They just die. Calculators just die. I love this.
Necrons suffer pretty badly most of the time, unless you're like a goofy higher up guy. Like someone like Xandric and Oberon have it pretty dang good. Some of the best in 40k. Someone like Trazen has it okay, more or less. He's pretty grumpy, but he's funny at least. I don't know. But like someone like I don't know. Most of the Necron characters have it okay, to be honest. It's more you're more suffering if you're the lower caste.
What would you say for? Because we also have on our list Tyranids. I don't even know if you could say the Tyranids
because they're not conscious.
They're not really separate enough.
Suffer when they dive into the digestion pool and become tummy goop.
Like they have a nervous system theoretically, like they can feel pain and stuff.
Oh,
but
I have a reference actually. When Fabius Bile captured that neurothrope and tortured it, and it asked the Space Marines, "Please kill me. I'm in so much pain." They suffer. They can suffer.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what kind of. Yeah, I mean, like, they can feel pain, but they're not like conscious beings, so it's a different kind of suffering. I think. I don't know how to describe it.
But is it like the synapse creatures are more like assuming direct control? They take control of the body, but the body has its own mind that then gets like sequestered away, and then it comes back when the or is it just instinct?
I don't
Because
know.
Fabius, it would suggest that at least the synapse creatures that can do that have
It's true.
some kind of
It's
mind.
true. Things like lictors as well have some kind of something going on. But it's like a really it's like trying to compare a gorilla with a human. Like they are so like the neurons and the brains are somewhat in the same, but we are still so like there's such a big divide and rift between the two things. It's really hard to comprehend the actual
I don't know.
perspective.
I saw a video recently of like a guy did a backflip in front of some monkeys in like a zoo, and they both
Yeah, I
went.
saw that too.
I was like, I've seen guys do that in real
Yeah.
life. They did that exact reaction. Like, we're not so different.
Harambe
But it's
died
kind
for
of
our sins.
it's not really possible for us to actually comprehend not having a consciousness and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it is,
Well,
but it's very hard to figure
we-
that out what it would be like.
We didn't
This
have
is
a consciousness.
this is getting so like philosophical and goofy. We're just trying to
before
figure
we
out if Necrons can suffer or not.
Well, before we were born, we didn't have a consciousness for millennia,
Mhm.
but we don't remember not having a consciousness for millennia.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, Colin, the omnipresent.
Yeah, Colin hasn't gooned since last November. He officially can levitate now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude.
The
There's
omnipancreas.
no. We're gonna stop that one.
Pancreas, no semen retention.
Moving
He's
on.
ascended.
Tau. It's time
Moving
for
on.
Tau,
I
everyone.
refuse to
Tau
talk
would be great.
about. I refuse to talk about
Tau.
League of Votan. I refuse.
Yeah, whatever. We yeah, it's fine.
I love Deep Rock Galactic.
The
Rock and sword.
aside from the Eldar, an average Tau citizen has it best in 40k, in my opinion. It's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're
Actually
sure what I'd say.
respected by their leaders.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a good
Devil's
life
advocate.
generally.
How does the supposed pheromone shenanigans factor into this?
I don't care. It's Phil Kelly
Oh.
lore. It's stupid.
I think it's a misdirection. I really don't think it's true.
It's such a nothing burger. It's such a nothing burger because it's not in any other of the books except for the Far Side books. It's such a nothing burger.
The controller's belief. Like I swear, it's just all like that's the thing of like you're not. They wouldn't have thought to question ethereal their entire life. So that's why. I mean, they're kind of low key manipulated, but also
okay, look. Sure, maybe the ethereals are mind controlling some people and manipulating people to do their bidding, and that is evil. But that doesn't mean that the Tau don't have the best lives in 40k on average, and that they live in comfort and a good society with low crime and have food to eat and healthcare.
They have funny crude friends who are like, when I eat
also,
things,
also
I
it's
like
a nothing
that.
burger.
That's cool.
Also, it's a nothing burger. The
I got a
pheromone thing is
bandana
stupid.
when I ate a catachan. Good for you, Greg the Crute. Ah, my friend, Greg the Crute. We like other aliens when they're nice to us. Oh, it's Tau.
Greg the Crute.
Also, if your criteria for like, bad life is being manipulated, welcome to everyone in 40k.
Yeah.
Except for
and real
Tyranids
life
and
too.
orcs, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. I think the Tau probably have it best, aside from maybe better than the Eldar, but we don't actually know what happens to Tau after they die, so it's kind of
it can't get much worse than like torment by an actual malevolent god, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, they have small imprints in the warp that they probably just don't go anywhere. They're just like there's such like a faint glimmer of like, I don't know what you call it, but like immaterial presence that they just probably like extinguish.
That's the idea, I guess.
Is there any particularly for characters you think who suffer the most in 40k? Because I have one I'm thinking of. I don't know how to top it. It's the Emperor.
Like, the Emperor, yeah.
He's suffering
forever.
To explain to people, he is obviously like technically he dies every single day, and then he is reborn with the sacrifice of 1,000 psychers, as Dan Abnett says. So he's basically continuously dying and being reborn every single day. And and he's a rotting corpse still on a throne, and his consciousness and power is like beyond his control, so it's bad. Poor guy.
So that one moth-eaten shirt that you can't live without, so you put it through the wash every day, you use it, and then it gets more holes in it, and you start gaffer tape, like sewing bits back on. It's like, no, I like this t-shirt. It's like, let me go. Let me buy a new t-shirt. No, it's got a few more wears in it. No.
Shirt? You mean underwear?
There's probably
I mean,
no one
I-
in Warhammer who suffers more than the Emperor. To be honest, I can't think of an example.
I think the thing about the Emperor though is he's too powerful to be in certain circumstances. Like if I compared him to Uriel Ventress, not that I'm saying he suffered more than Uriel Ventress, but he hasn't been stuffed in. He hasn't been like sewn into a lady who's been like grafted to a demon and then been like almost birthed into an abomination because he's too powerful. He can't go through that kind of humiliating / disgusting thing. It's kind of like high suffering, like, you know, got like high fancy and low fancy. It's like, oh, I'm above like mediocre and tedious suffering. I go through like super suffering, and therefore it's kind of like you're not going to starve to death in the bottom of a high.
Those got suffering premium.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the constant
Suffering
agony of
plus.
being the Emperor, but he's also has the weight of entire humanity on his shoulders, and he has to like work ceaselessly to make sure humanity's not consumed by chaos, etc., etc. I don't know. He probably suffers the most overall, even though it is a different level of suffering. It is true; it's a different type of suffering.
And also, there's something to be said about tolerance. How does that factor into suffering?
True.
The one who suffers the most are
not
all
tolerant.
it's just Beastman players, and that's just a universal.
Oh yeah,
fact.
that's real. So real.
That's the only fact of any Warhammer enjoyer. And probably, I mean, who's the forgotten faction of 40? Probably actually Tau players, because you guys could barely get any detachments and everything. So
I mean, Tower S tier right now, I think.
oh, they got rid of that. Don't worry.
You know,
There's only like 2 ways to play them.
To be fair, they didn't even nerf us that bad, but they made the freaking Tiger Shark plus 50 points, a model that wasn't legally playable until this update.
I literally saw that and I thought of you, and I
Literally,
thought, oh my God.
what is wrong with these people? What is wrong? Genuinely, what is wrong with these people? Whatever.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
I'd say, to be fair, we could do AOS quickly if you wanted to. We've probably got time to just like, maybe we should pick out the highlight ones. I think because I would only say really the one that I think of. Also,
AdMech players suffer the most. AdMech players probably suffer the most.
Oh yeah, because they have their
that's
wallet.
But
fair.
armies constantly suck, and it's the most expensive army, and it's hard to build and paint.
All right,
Anyways.
but Stiltman.
That is good.
True.
Chaos players have all the
Kinda
trim.
smitten.
Yeah.
We do have all the trim of Chaos players, but I like it's weirdly what's the word, like masochistic kind of. I think people enjoy the challenge.
How was our 40k section quicker than fantasy, or was it the exact same amount of time? Actually,
I think it's about the same amount of time. To be fair, well, because we did cover orcs
And to be fair, we were also just like, are humans? Oh, yeah, no contest.
Did we miss any factions in 40k? I don't think so.
Leagues of Votan, but we're not.
Votan, but like
they suffer at the hands of Hal.
Yeah.
Hal ensures that each one of them. If Hal was a 40k entity, he would constantly torment the Leagues of Votan.
Well, I wouldn't do that because they're the ones that are actually tormenting me. Thank you very much.
They call him the prospector of despair.
They disgust me in the wasted opportunity that they've become.
Mm-hmm. We didn't mention Sisters of Battle if we wanted to, real quick. I feel like most sisters are kind of happy at the end of the day.
There was a horrible thing I read in Atlas Infernal where Ahriman captures a living saint and then kills her over and over and over and over again via like warp fire. But because she's a living saint, she comes back and then she's burned alive, and then she comes back and then she's burned alive, and then that's pretty nasty.
It is pretty nasty. What about being a demon? Do you even have free thought at that point? Does it even matter?
That's not.
I don't know. Who are you asking is the answer to that question in particular.
Yeah,
Demons do suffer. Like I remember Kugath being bullied in Godblight by the Rainmaker. What's he called? Rotigus. And he's just like, "You're stupid. I'm the best now. You're a little embryo thingy in the garden." And then it's
that's when they're talking to the Tattle Slug, aren't they?
Tattle Slug.
Do you know what the Tattle Slug is, Colin and Eli?
I don't know this either.
What?
It's a Nurgle snail that the Nurgle demons, they love this thing. It's a Nurgle snail that can infiltrate. And it's like, oh, Tattle Slug, you know.
Tattle Slug.
And it basically infiltrates and it acts as like a little like listening device. It's like a little Nurgle snail, and they love it.
I love it. It's the best
Fuck.
thing.
It's so fun. It's so fucking like the actual Dark Imperium trilogy is quite. The first book's like okay, and then the other two are like quite good because
Yeah.
they're almost like one book to be honest, but they're quite good.
And
I
like,
need to. I would like to read that. I should.
and certain demons have like chips on their shoulders and grudges, like Scarbrand and the other one. They have like a feud, and then there's like the changeling is like, oh, I wish I could turn back to my original self, and seems just like, I know what you used to look like, but I'm not gonna tell you because then you'll not be my pawn. And like the handmaiden being exiled because Slanesh had like a bad day where Nurgle and Khorne ganged up on her, and then say, I'll make you feel better with a dance, and it's like baff. And yeah, so the demons do have like
Oh yeah,
suffering.
yeah.
Should
Some of them
we,
definitely can.
Yeah. Should we read donations real quick and then do fantasy really fast?
AOS.
Wow. I meant AOS. Yeah, sorry. I'm too busy looking at the freaking Temple Run on the screen right now with Colin's gameplay.
Yeah, let's go for it.
It's making me want to play Total War.
You should play Halo.
Yeah, play Halo, play Halo.
Nah.
Fuck you, die.
You ready to
I'll play-
get to it?
I'll play
So
ODST next because I've already played 1, 2, and 3. So I need to play ODST all by myself.
All right,
You want to
know,
play
fair enough.
Reach?
Good game. You gotta play Reach.
I've played Reach too. But I did
You
that
gotta play
one.
more
Okay.
Reach.
Halo is relying heavily on the nostalgia now. I feel
From
like I
two
missed
brigadier
out.
generals to
Yeah.
gotta play more MCC. Come on.
No, it's okay. It's really good though. So it's okay.
Anyways,
Hippo King MP3. Worst life ever in 40k as a Slaneshi cult is trying to make things happen on a Forge world. Half the pops are servitorized and the other half already cauterized their brains to not feel too happy. Oof.
thank you for the 10.
I mean, not to be crass, but they would be regarded as technophiles, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mhm.
bring in a toaster. The meme. Do the meme.
Leave his wife alone.
Dude, yeah, just have sex with a speaking spell. Why not?
You get my 001101
And again,
out your fucking mouth.
Some people like to get the spark plugs and or battery with
Some
the
people like to
crocodile
get their plug sparked.
Some
Yeah.
people like that spark of, delight. Who knows?
Dude, I'm
right?
sparking on
Be
my
inventive.
plug till I USB port.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Put me down like a fucking dog.
That was a slur on
Oh my
ours.
gosh. H.
Mr.
Mealoff.
Oh, I haven't seen him in ages. Hey,
Thank
man.
you for
buddy.
the 250. Death Company dreadnoughts have it even worse than other dreads. Imagine dreaming about horse for 200 years straight. Very true. Death Company bros are
It would
suffering.
suck.
Moriah.
Usually they don't live that long though, so it's okay.
Mm.
Oh yes, Spooky Kabuki, $5. Played it to elves earlier. Rupert Marines and Sorcerer killed Avatar of Cain turn 1. Lore accurate. He was telling you about this earlier.
I want more
Wow.
nerfs to the Thousand Suns. More nerfs.
The Avatar of Cain just he is very thematic that he immediately collapses.
Robert Smith, thank you for the $4.99. Sounds like the worst existence in 40k is being poor. What a terrible and grim thought.
Wow, there's nothing like real life, thank God.
Well, guys, you should be just remember that Elon Musk lost $250 million this week. So,
Dang.
it's not all good.
Good. Barely means a drop in the bucket, you say.
Yeah, it was funny. It's just like he's the first trillionaire. It's like he's no longer the first trillionaire. Like, damn it!
Oh no, I'll cry.
Simon Jeffy for 5
Thank you
could
again.
also be the oldest of the Emperor's children, constantly chasing that dragon, dealing with greater and greater gulfs between each hive.
True.
Mm.
Slanesh worshippers have it by far the worst out of all chaos cultists or chaos worshippers.
Still would.
Mhm.
Mhm. Work with a bow, another OG. Thank you for the $5. Abaddon, he suffers from being armless and crippling bad guy who is surprised to be scary, but can't actually do anything. Was supposed to be scary, sorry, but can't actually do anything. Papa Smurf being not killed. So true. Poor Abaddon. But we love him anyways.
Honestly some of the best books I've read in the whole of the catalog. I love the Black Legion books. I
Yeah,
wish
me
there was
too.
a third one. But
Me too, man.
his characterization, taking him from a mustache twirling villain to like a lesser mustache twirling villain, really good. Loved it. a
One
lot.
day, maybe one day.
Maybe
Man.
one day.
And Simon
Simon
Jeffy.
Jeffy.
Thank you,
You
man.
Thank
go.
you.
Also insinuating Tau is more interesting than the species that birthed the Chaos Cult is interesting for sure.
I never said that.
Mm.
I didn't mean to say that if I said that.
He's allowed to like the stuff he likes.
Yeah, man, I gave up years ago. It's whatever.
Eldar are cool. I love the Eldar. They don't have the strongest books. I'm sorry to tell you, but Eldar Codex Lore is prime.
Thanks, Mr. Mielov, for a euro. Hal would throw all the leagues into poverty. I think they're the bourgeoisie. That's the issue. They're the merchant class bourgeoisie. Needs to be torn down.
Dealer 199. So Eli, how much? I'm not sure what this is in reference to. If you say something in the chat, I'll look at the chat and you can let me know.
And do you want to read the last one, Colin? It's more Aussie lore.
Yeah. I love Aussie lore. Thank you, J Townsend. $20. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Aussie lore time. Colin already knows this story. Very true. But yeah, me and my buddy had to cut a tree down. As it fell, we heard something falling down. We look up and my buddy caught a possum who we named Bitey. Nice. Guess why he earned that name?
You got a crazy life, man. You guys get to go outside and touch grass or like dirt. I don't know what you got in Australia. But I mean, to be fair, we get to go outside a lot in Canada too. But there's nothing exciting like that. It's just pretty.
I think we should. So now we'll cover briefly AOS really. I think the human factions aren't terrible, other than the fact that like there's just kind of like with 40k and fantasy, there's just enemies around. The only ones I can really think of who are suffering like bad is the what are they called? The not CLs, what the oh my god, blanking on the name. Idenith Deepkin, yeah. That one is pretty bad in terms of like most of them are like born kind of with incomplete souls. Like a lot of them
like wither away immediately.
Okay, sorry. I'm
petting Russell, sorry.
He pet that dog. A lot of the Idenith, they're kind of born with like, well, it's very, very rare that one's born with a complete soul.
Like 1 out of 100 or something, yeah.
Or even maybe less than that. But like, and the ones that are like, if you're born with a complete soul, you're like adopted into households and stuff. So that's a pretty good life. I listened to one of the AOS books on that. It was a pretty good book actually. But the rest of them is like, it just sucks because you've got to go basically enslave people and like basically take the souls from other places. So it's like a forced life of like raiding and or slowly dying, and it's not very, just sucks for them. Yeah.
Some people in chat were mentioning Isha. Isha has it pretty bad.
That is a horrific existence.
In the jar.
Not fun being Isha. Very correct.
That is probably up there with the Emperor. Probably not as bad as the Emperor, to be honest, but still probably it's up there. It's up in that upper suffering tier. Yeah.
She's probably been in there a lot longer than the Emperor has been on the chair, though. So
true. That is true, actually.
I think, Colin, can you think, because AOS is like, it's very similar to fantasy in terms of like, I would say level of suffering amongst the broader factions.
I mean, you got the ogres, like who have the constant winter storm following them around that freezes them solid, but it's like Scooby-Doo frozen, like canonically, where it doesn't kill them. It just freezes them solid and traps them there for all time until someone thaws them out. Which is already one, I have no mouth and I must scream, but two, it's Warhammer setting. Pretty good odds. Whoever thaws them out probably doesn't have their best interest at heart. That kind of sucks.
Where go so good?
Anyone who lives in territory under the control of Nagash, which is at least 1/8 of all people, and everyone who dies.
Yeah, that seems pretty sucky. I mean, the Stormcast isn't necessarily a great existence either, being a Stormcast.
I mean, life 1, pretty kick-ass. Then you die, and you come back, but, you forgot a couple memories. It's nothing too bad yet, but, it's like, shit, what was my password? What was did I have, when is, I think my birthday's this day.
I gotta be honest.
And then death 2. And then death 3, and you're like a lightning spirit who has nothing left but the barest hints of maybe a personality.
I watched I watched all of the Black Talon Warhammer TV show, which is all about like, Stormcast, she's losing her memories. What's going on? And there was like a conspiracy within her own team, and I just remember being like, it doesn't seem that bad in comparison to a lot of Warhammer storylines. It was just like, I'm forgetting bits of my past and who I was. I'm like, yeah, but also like, you kind of immortal, and like you already died. You already had a lifetime. Now you're getting like DLC bonus extra time.
True. If anything, being immortal, memory loss would be a blessing.
Mm.
Then I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like not all of them is bad. Like Hamilcar Bear eats
He's chilling. Yeah, but like it's not just
Hamilcar's
memory
having a good
loss.
time.
Like your soul gets
Yeah.
replaced with lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's better than your
Yeah.
soul gets eaten by demons. You know, it's like that's worse.
Yeah, it's still suffering though. It's definitely still suffering. You're an eternal like warrior slave, I guess, basically.
The mission never ends for them until it does with their life.
Mm.
Yeah, AOS is not as fit. It's not as grim dark as the other settings, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not as bad. It's more of like it's like they describe it literally as like a high fantasy thing. So
Yeah.
it's a weird. It's like more like Titanic battles rather than a grim existence than compared to the other ones, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that being said, though, if we just we'll finish up with number one sufferer in each of the settings. I would say Skaven.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
No qualms with that choice.
Mm-hmm.
40k.
Technically, humanity would have the most sufferers.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if that means that they're the number one suffering faction.
Well, to an extent, the Necron suffering is kind of ended because the species is now it's capped, and now the species has been decimated.
Yeah.
Humans every day, billions are born and die, and the ones who are born are destined to die very soon. Is humanity is just like the Skaven of 40k?
I don't know.
I guess I'd just argue that's a good point. Yeah, I'd say probably
humanity has
humans.
the most suffering in general.
Guy in charge suffering for 10,000 years.
Mhm.
Space Marines, AdMech, Hivers, whoever. It's just like
maybe the AdMech thing
Suffering.
is AdMech is more like the actual. We think of the tech priests, and they're not necessarily suffering. But I think Imperium itself. There's no. Maybe you could argue chaos, but
Actually, if you want, if amount of sufferers is the Imperium, amount of suffering per person per capita is going to be chaos. Chaos is most suffering per capita, so they're the top sufferers. Then technically,
I would
you got any
say
stats there, bro? You got any stats on that?
I don't know what Colin would say for AOS, but I would think the Idenith they have a
Probably
great
up
time.
there, like on a factional level. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, not the best, but we do love our Warhammer settings though.
Yeah.
I think before we get
Before we
Yeah.
even get to donations, I have got some minis of the week, and has someone done a recce of the question of the week from the way back on the what was it called, the chapters video, the one we did.
We were really talking about that before stream, and then someone immediately said, "Please read the question of the week." It was quite comical. So maybe someone
should I? I'll do the.
I don't know
I'll
if
do
I was
the,
there last week. Was I?
Presentation
I
for the mini, and maybe if each of you gets a comment, and we could highlight those. But to start us off, then let's see. Let me make sure that I add the image because I forgot to.
I was there for that one. Yeah. Oh, this was 2 weeks ago. That's why.
So my pick for mini of the week is
right.
one from Green Hat Guy.
Nice. I want to take a look at what he is. Oh yeah, the kill rig. Is that what that is, or is that something else? I don't. But it looks cool.
It is, yeah,
like those are fun, bright colors. Those are wacky.
It reminds me of sweets.
Mm-hmm.
Like millions of millions, whatever they're called, like gummy fruits. It's got that kind of not neon color, but it's just like.
I think we've showcased his work before. It's really that is a punch in the face with color. My God,
it's simple, 3 tones.
I also hate these things, by the way. They're so annoying in game. They like you think, oh, it's a big thing, like it has shooting. Maybe we should get in melee and tie it up. No, horrible melee.
It's a dinosaur in front of you, bro. What was the last video that we asked a question of the week? Sorry,
obscure chapters, I believe it was.
Oh gosh, 1 month. We've been forgetting to do question of the week for a month.
We were doing tier lists.
Sorry,
well, to be fair, we did like a tier, and then we did a fancy fireside, and it just got pushed back. So yeah, but I like how this mini particularly has the nice, like the trim is in the kind of ochre yellow. You've got like the metal bits all in purple, and then the green pops with. It's just like a nice combination of colors. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, me like you.
Yeah. Next one is Eli's pick. This one was from Summoner.
I like fantasy, and I like Mr. Warzag. He's funny, and that's it. That's all I got. I thought it looked cool. You get points because there's fantasy, and it's some classic looking models, and he's lots of fun. And I like the feathers, and just the green skin looks good.
Bro is schmoovin', having a good time.
Yeah.
Let's see. And
was our last question of the week just what chapter do you like?
What obscure chapter do you like?
Okay.
Obscure chapters. Yeah.
You know Eli's done when he goes, okay. Next one from Hal. This one's from Mr. Ivar.
This is really nice.
Whoa.
I like how
it's
exaggerated
so
it is.
hard. This is freaking crazy, bro. How do you people do this stuff?
Yeah.
Damn. The sword is pretty damn well done. I realized that non-metallic gold as well on the sword. You just showing off, man. That's crazy work.
Oh yeah, you'd know about showing off, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do this, so I know he's really showing off here.
Yeah, we did mention
pretty
that you know someone is really serious with the painting when the thumb has more paint on it than the mini, because you get all the testing out and stuff. But I'm a glove painter. I can't get paint on my hands. I have to have gloves on.
I'm a glove painter.
Like I like the night trial gloves because I used to use them in the hospital. You can get like white ones, so you can just get white gloves and then you can paint on them.
He's a glover, not a painter.
I've never been degloved. But also this mini, I thought at first this was a Crimson Fist because it's the Emperor's Champion mini, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then I had a look at the pod and it's not the Crimson Fist insignia, but I think it's pretty cool.
I really like those red robes in between the chest plate and the belt.
And then
That's
the
cool
last
stuff,
one
mate.
from Colin.
Yeah, this is all
this one's
insane.
from Miss Grimm.
Yeah.
Oh my
fucking
God.
Freaking crazy,
Arc in the
man.
black, fiery
Absolutely.
Mortark. This thing is sick.
Even got the lighting effects on the base.
Yeah.
Right.
Cray.
The skulls also look much better on this model when they aren't painted glowy blue ethereal. Like they look like Lego like studs.
Yeah. Yeah, this
This
is
is
great.
But say, is that done by brush as well? That's crazy.
It's done
Yeah.
by making me feel inadequate.
But the thing is, again, it's a very nice, like only a few colors, very well
Yeah.
painted, but very simple. I like the flamey bits are flamey, the bones are bones. You got little bits of like gray, black, and like that's it. But
Yeah.
it's so well done in the execution that everything pops, everything looks phenomenal. I think it's great.
Yep.
Yeah, and nothing gets
Really
lost
nice.
in the mini. Yeah.
Simple
Super
strikes
stuff.
true.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice, guys.
Should we read the question of the week? I think there's I mean, when I control F obscure, there's only like a few, so we could probably just read all of them, to be totally honest with you guys.
Well, I got two. If you've got one ready for where you are, Eli.
Oh, yeah, I need to send you. I forgot I gotta send you these.
Or I'll find it later. It's okay. But the first one is from Samuel TD7FB. Hashtag obscure. The swords of Ultramar, due to their feat of effing over the Thousand Suns by complete accident.
I like that chapter a lot.
I impressed with you more. That's
Because
why
I
didn't
fucking
see it.
made it up.
Yep, it's from your homebrew, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I lied. Sorry. There's way more than we could read. There's
So,
my control just wasn't getting everything.
Hey, you can't get much more obscure than my sources. I made it the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got two.
Bruh.
Colin straight Armstronging it. Next one we got is from Wraith Ship. Hashtag obscure. My favorite is the Rainbow Warriors, Aztec, Jaguar, Warrior, Space Marines. Lots of Lizardman conversion opportunities. Hell yeah. And the other retconned Founding Legion. Does anyone know what the second retconned Founding Legion was?
I feel like Colin should know this.
Valedictors. Nice. Yes. With the green. With the green.
I think I just like that Aztec inspiration. Someone has made it's technically a homebrew one, but it was called the Blood Jaguars. That's quite like a popular one in the community in terms of like they're the home world and they are Blood Angel successors. That was a good one as well. But good old Rainbow Warriors. Gotta love a Rainbow Warrior, which God forbid they ever did that as canon. That would be mental.
And this one, the last one from Random Name Y5U. My favorite obscure chapter is the Blood Swords, who are just characterized as being the best friends of the Star Dragons.
Yeah.
Aww.
I send an honorable mention from Mike, the Bretonian Knight, as well.
Hello. And this one from Mike.
Should be in bed, Mike.
Hashtag
I'm
obscure
joking.
Desert Lions, Warcry, unknown, founding, unknown, successors of unknown, successor chapters, unknown, number, known, Primarch, unknown, chapter master, unknown, homeworld, unknown, fortress monastery, unknown, allegiance, Imperium of Man,
Do we
colors,
know
unknown.
anything?
1.5 fans. You may wonder why I mentioned these good gentlemen that only have like 2 sources of lore. It's because Light over in Andy's Discord mentioned them, and I like the desert and lions. Wow.
Well, fair
So
enough.
there you have it.
Fair enough.
There you have it.
The Space Marine.
Yeah.
Now we need a question of the week for us.
We
don't
didn't
we?
think of a question of the week
All right.
before we made this episode.
All right. How about this, right? Hashtag suffer. Who deserves the most suffering in the setting?
And
Character
say
or
something
faction?
other than Erebus, because
Yeah, not
we've heard it
Erebus.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Who would you guys put then?
I was going to say Hal,
Mad
just
I'm
off a
gonna
knee-jerk
cheat.
reaction. 'cause I was thinking-
Just thinking of me. Thanks,
What's the
King.
guy from Armageddon called? The eyepiece.
Oh,
Who-
Stroud. No, not him.
Straub.
Oh yeah,
Von
that guy,
Straub,
the
yeah.
governor of
He-
Straub. I don't know.
He did die,
Strauss.
but it was
Strauss.
get him. He abandoned his city, and he was a dick to Yarick.
Oh, not the one in
and
the
everyone.
trailer. No, there's
No,
not
no,
the
no.
actual
This,
one.
this is the
The
actual
governor.
guy. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
die in the Last Chances books, but he deserved a pineapple up the bum, something like that. Little Nicky reference there.
Wow.
But
with that said, so we go the last round of donations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, seriously. Random T51B. Thank you for the $4.99. Probably one of the worst life to have is being an eating squig. Your whole existence is to be eaten and look like a blobfish. To be fair, that's just like cattle life. Depends on how orcs treat their animals.
Dude,
I'm
just
not
like
really
me,
sure.
for real.
Just like us, for real.
I mean, I look like a blobfish.
Yeah. I prefer not to be an eating squig. That is true. That is fair.
True.
Spooky Rookie says FEC too delusional to suffer.
FEC?
FEC? What's
We're
FEC?
scrubs. We're scrubs, spooky bro. What does FEC
Flesh
stand
eater
for?
courts.
Yeah. Okay.
They said
Yeah,
I do
I was
like how the
thinking that
acronym
they're
is
probably
FEC.
most of them are probably actually quite pleased with their existence.
They're having a good
I imagine.
time. They're actually like we're like a noble court. They don't perceive it at all.
Until they suddenly do, and then they usually go
Yeah,
so
that's-
insane from the realization of what they've been doing that they slip back into the delusion.
J Townsend, thank you. 5. Eli, I live in rural Australia. Ain't not much to do here, so you got to find ways to keep busy. Besides painting my multiple chaos armies, I have 3 so far. Dang, man. Great.
Hell yeah. Angry Amonkula says, leaving this
OG.
reminder to read my answer for the next question of the week for obscure chapters. Ave Dominus Nox, Ave Dominus Nox, Ave Dominus Nox, Bok. Maybe we can look it up, to be fair.
Bok. Oh, we got 2 from Simon and Jeffy. This one, the first one, Scarbrand.
Tome Keepers. Sorry, he said Tome Keepers. Angry Amonkula.
Oh, so they're the GW chapter. They're like, we got one. SARS. Scarbrand is for sure suffering. He's been disowned by his father pretty hard, seeing that the skull of a god wouldn't earn him forgiveness. And then I wish Colin a very evening with the Emperor's children for wanting to be the poop drawer.
Have you not met this man? This man is his favorite place is to be on the floor.
Would you like
That's
me
where
to
people get
read?
stepped on.
Would you like me to just read a script from the D&D channel I've made? I feel this will,
Is that what they called Colin Throat Goat Pancreas No Work?
No, that was my college name. Please, sir. I would ask that you reply. Anyway, move on. This bit is not worth it. I couldn't find it in a time.
Okay.
No, you might be
Jamila,
okay
do
there.
you want to read, Andy?
Oh, you're on mute. Yeah.
Sorry, what am I doing?
Do you want to read this donation?
Oh yes, of course. From H Mia Love for 5. Finished the Night Lord's Omnibus a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
The
Still
Legionnaire
not finished.
from one of the Screaming Gallery flashbacks is literally named Ita De in Bulgarian. What
Wow.
did ADB mean by this?
Crazy. I haven't finished the books. Break.
EW
I'm scared of being spoiled.
authors love cramming in obscure stuff.
I think we're going to
and
overhype the Night Lord's
references.
Omnibus now.
It's pretty good. Like I finished the first one and I really liked it.
We should
I'm
fucking
reading the
kill
second
Bricky.
Watch us in the
Pretty good.
derp. I read the newest
Pretty
White Dwarf, and there's a picture in there, I believe, is the first official picture of Amberley Vale. Pictures in Discord.
Where is
Yeah,
this?
really?
Where?
Oh, that'll be amazing. I don't know if there's an
Way
actual.
into Discord.
Oh, I
What
see.
up?
Yes, there she is.
Where is this?
In general. Yeah.
General. Yeah.
Oh,
She's there.
Oh, yeah. That'd be interesting.
Mm.
Black and white, like the OG stuff too.
She seems nice. And then we got a
Is she
lot.
blonde?
Legally blonde.
Doesn't look very blonde in
Um,
that.
And we have an enormous donation from
bro.
Electric Steel for
What the heck?
$50.
Thank you very much. You're a G. Screw the Tau mind control explanation for them to be evil. What I want instead is an ethereal claiming he speaks the truth, and that Tau can ascend to godhood if they just activate these giant 8-pointed star rings that float in space. That's right. Thank you very much for the 50
Shine a
and
light.
for the opinion of a goat not liking the Tau mind control. I'd
Yeah.
rather the evil part of the Tau just be that their manifest destiny and just join or die. That's their ultimatum to everyone: is join or die.
What about if
Oh.
do you think Eli the Tau, like if they shoot lightning from their nipples, would that also
Mm.
make them ascend to God?
Bro, what the fuck? What is this?
Gas got
What,
nipple lightning on the mind.
what is this?
I didn't say it earlier, by the way. That was-
Also,
That's
for
Andy
chat,
earlier.
this is the picture of Amberley Vale that was shared in the Discord. So
Yeah.
there you go. Now you
How I
can see it
pictured her.
too.
No.
The divine right of the greater good shan't be denied. We will claim victory over
I'll
this
say that-
galaxy.
I
Do you
shall
wanna go?
light the holy rings.
with that being said,
Burn a
though,
cleansing flame across the galaxy.
that
How
being
you
said-
didn't read the
yeah.
answer, says Angry
Oh, no.
Homunculus.
Oh, I could read the full answer. Here we go. Tome Keepers have a special place in my heart because they were the first Space Marine faction I learned about. For context, this was before I learned about legions and primarchs, and I thought these guys coming from a culture of short-lived humans that decide to dedicate themselves to multi-generational work makes me think they're a good foil to the Necrons. Oh my god, it goes on. On the other hand, there are the Prime Absolvers, whose lore just makes me giggle. For context, they're an ultra founding Dark Angel successor chapter who were told about the Fallen, which I imagine their chapter master or their chapter master essentially responds, so to add the comedy to their chapter badge is a breaking wheel to still show that they are Dark Angel successors and they apparently do have an inner circle, but they don't give a shit about the Fallen as much as the Dark Angels.
So we're keeping that. That's cool. I'm having that. But it's not going to be
Awesome, man.
cringe. Ooh.
With that being said, though, thank you guys for listening to this episode.
Thank
Hope
you
you
very much.
suffered enough. We talked about suffering too much. We got some more cool stuff coming forward, and we'll see you guys very, very soon on the next episode. Peace. See you guys
Bye,
next week.
like and
everybody.
subscribe.
Bye.
Join the Discord.
Fellas.